Hi, it's time once again to take a look at what I colored through the month of February 2019. And before I begin, I want to share a little bit of sad news in our family. Our cat Paws died this month. He took sick back in December, and he was diagnosed with pneumonia and several trips back to the vet, medications, shots. He failed to thrive. In fact, he got worse the last week and a half before his follow-up visit. 5 days before, he stopped eating, and then 3 days after that, he stopped drinking. And we made the painful decision to have him put to sleep. So that's why I'm dedicating this video to him, and I'm going to start with a coloring from Zen Doodle Cozy Cats by Nicolette Corley. Let me bring the camera up just a little bit. There we go. This was done with Crayola pencils, and it was done for a couple of color-alongs. One on Instagram for Passionista Colorista, and coloring coloring chats and cats with Michelle. Hers was Feline February, and the other one was Cozy Catalong. This one from Zen Doodle Magical Fairies by Deborah Muller. And this one I did with Prismacolor Scholars on her wings, Art and Fly markers on her skin, and her clothes and ribbons were done with Crayola Super Tips. And the background I used Sivo Vivid pencils. There's a little bit of metallic marker in there too. Yeah. I did one in A Court of Thorns and Roses. This one, I used the Art and Fly skin tone markers for their skin. Their hair was done with Arteza pencils. And the background, I used Crayola watercolors and then shaded in with pencil. And the flowers in the foreground were done with Bic markers. I did one in The Witcher. Oh, this cracks me up. Like just a guy and his horse out, you know, on a night on the town, playing poker, and it says, hey, heard this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, hey, pal, why the long face? Ah, yes, indeed. I used a variety of mediums on this. Art and Fly skin tone markers, watercolors, metallic markers, gel pens, and the horse was done primarily with Arteza pencils. I did one in Greek mythology from Jade Summer. There we go. This is Pandora. And on her, I used a variety of different pencils, including Pelican pencils, Arteza pencils on her skin. For the background, I used black marker and then highlighted the ghost with white Prismacolor pencil. And her dress was done with Crayola Super Tips. And her shawl was done with Sevo Vivid. And the box itself was done with Pelican pencils and metallic gold marker. There we go. This one was done for a color along on Instagram, hosted by Lenica Colorista. And the hashtag was FabFebColorAlong. And this is a illustration from Diana Murray. I got it from her website, Color by Culture. And I used Prismacolor Scholars on her mostly, with some gel pen for accents. And the background was done with metallic markers that I got from Five Below. I'll show them to you. Yeah. These right here, from Create Your Own. That's a nice store to find odds and ends and cheap art supplies. Some of them are very nice. I really like these markers. And the floor is kind of a failure. I was going for a marble textured look, but it ended up just, it looks like she's hovering above it. I still have to work on my depth perception. This is an illustration from C.L. Aldridge and her book, Flowers and Flyers. And I did this for a color along hosted by the bibliophile colorist. And it was Floral February. And I used a variety of mediums on this. Watercolors, Scholar pencils and Arteza pencils, Pelican pencils, and Tan Mitt gel pens. There's the shimmering of I used glitter gel pen on the butterfly here. That's a Viceroy. Now, I read somewhere that Viceroys, they look a lot like the monarchs, but they're poisonous to birds. So when a bird sees a monarch, they won't eat it because they remember what the last butterfly they ate that looked like that made them sick. So that's a little interesting weird fact for you. And finally, I did one in Fantasy Fashions by Mingju Sun. And this was also for a couple of color longs. For John's color long, the Bibliophile Colorist, Floral February, and the Fab Fed Color Along, the fashion one, hosted by La Nica Colorista. And for the background, I used red Sharpie. Her dress was done with Arteza and accented with Tan Mit gel pens, as were the flowers. And her skin was done with the Arteza pencils, and her hair was done with Pelikan pencils. Yeah. Show the shimmer here. And that's it. I think I'll leave a link in the description of a video I did with Paws late last year. So you can, you know, get a good, get a smile out of your face or get a good chuckle. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.